Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Kat and this is Budget with Kat. I am a cash envelope stuffer, budgeter, and saver. I am trying desperately to get myself completely out of debt so that I can not have that stress anymore. You know, it's just a goal I think that every person has. They just don't know where to start. So this is Wednesday, and Wednesdays are what I'm calling like What's New Wednesday or What's Up Wednesday. And so before we get started, thank you so much to those of you that have subscribed. Thank you so much to those of you that are pressing the like button and the thumbs up button and sharing. And those of you that are visiting my Etsy shop, I just can't tell you how much I appreciate it. Again, I started doing this because I like doing it and because the videos help hold me accountable. And then it's just kind of snowballed into, I guess, the teacher in me that wants to let others know that this can be done and that there are tons of people in the YouTube community that can teach you how to do this. But if you want to follow along with me on my journey, that would be great. So Wednesdays, I've decided to stuff my savings challenges. And if you weren't here, last week was the first week to do it. And I started doing it because I had a colleague and dear friend of mine who kind of blew me off when I talked about saving in little amounts, because she said, I just don't have it. I don't have the money. And I thought, you know what? I usually don't either. You know, it's taken me 6-7 months to get to a point where I could budget enough to have money for a savings challenge. So, and just being really aware. So I created these because I thought, you know, there are tons of us out there that don't even know if we have $5 to spare or $10 to spare. And I can't begin to tell you the feedback that I've gotten on these little teeny pockets of mini challenges. I've gotten such positive feedback. I'm so grateful for that. And I want you to continue to do that. Like, let me know if you like them. Let me know if you want others. Do you, I'm already thinking about creating some for car payments or saving for a down payment for a car or travel or even gift giving, because I don't really have an envelope for gifts and I have all these birthdays coming up and I didn't budget for it. So I'm really taking things from my life and creating savings challenges that kind of correspond with my life and what's going on. But I would love to get your feedback. So this is a low income or low amount of money savings challenging stuffing day on Wednesdays. So a couple things. What's new is all of these are in my Etsy shop and the link is below. It's Budget with Kat on Etsy. And every Wednesday I want to also download or put in another listing. So I have also included today on Wednesday, what's new is the Holiday Savings Challenge, and it has 100 icons. You just put your goal in here, divide by 100, and it gives you how much each of these are worth. But I've already started, so my goal for this year was $2,000, which I'm not going to hit. I'm telling you right now, I'm not going to hit $2,000 by Christmas, but each of these are worth $20, and this is what I have saved so far. So I hope you like it. What's new Wednesday? Okay, so let's get to it. I have the money that I am using for this is something that I hadn't budgeted for. I tutored in the summer and that money was just Venmo'd to me and it's just been sitting there and I've been wondering where to put it. You know, do I put it in a savings challenge? Do I put it toward debt? I don't know. So I decided to pull out the money in $60 increments. I could have pulled out 20 or 30, but I'm just going to pull out 60 and I'll be able to do this for just a few weeks. That's all. And then it'll be gone. And then I'll have to figure out where the money's going to come from. So here's $60. There's 20, 30, 40, 50, 5, 60. So there's my $60. And I'm going to put this $60 into as many of these envelopes as I possibly can. Okay, so I think I'm just going to push this up just a little bit so you guys can see everything. So the first, I'm going to start from the back. So the first challenge was the $400 savings challenge, and it requires higher dollar amounts. So all I have left are 20s, 40s, and 60s. And I don't want to use this one this week because it would use up too much. I could have put all of it in here, but I want to try and spread it out. I don't know, one week I might just fill up one just so I can see some momentum. But for right now, I just want to spread it out. So I'm not going to do this one this week. Okay, so this one would have required 20, 40, or 60, and I'd rather use that 20 somewhere else. But I do have $20 in here so far, so I'm going to set that aside. This one is the 250 10 weeks. It's a 10-week challenge. Of course, you don't have to do it in 10 weeks. You can do it slower or faster. If you fill up the 10 weeks here, you'll end up with $250. And in this challenge, I am going to put the next one in, which is a 20. So let's open this up. And somebody liked my fuzzy pencil. I got this at a retreat years ago, and I've never used it. So, you know, it's fun. It's festive. So now I'm going to put in 20. When I add 20 to 10, I'll end up having 30. So here's my 20. Oopsie. And my 10. And now I have 30. There you go. And then the next one is the smallest of the challenge. It's just $100 in 10 weeks. And on week 2, if I have the money, and I do, I'm going to contribute $10 to the savings challenge. So 5 plus 10, oopsie, is 15. So $10. These $10 are very yucky. Has anybody else noticed that the $10 bills, they're just worn out? So 5 plus 10 is 15. There you go. Okay, the next one is the rainy day fund. This is almost like the start of an emergency fund. You know, you want to save for a rainy day or save for something that goes bad, or you just, an uh-oh fund. It could be a miscellaneous savings fund. So this isn't a bad place to start. There are 24 icons. I'm having them all be worth $10 a piece. So if I fill this all up, it would be $240. But these can be worth $1 or $5 or $500. It doesn't even matter. I mean, it matters only to you and your savings journey. So I'm going to add another 10. That's a yucky 10. Oh my goodness. And when I do that, I'll have 20. You know, coloring on camera is kind of stressful. And I'm coloring with highlighters, so there you go. So now I have 20 in here. Again, you have to just follow your own journey. If you want to make these $5 a piece, or you can even just write in here what you put in. Like, I have $1 this week. I have $2 this week. I have $10 this week. You can actually do like a running total and let it be whatever you want it to be. All right. The next one is the Something I Love challenge. And I think this one is pretty cool because I think sometimes we don't take time to save for something special. And it could be anything you want. I decided to make these all be worth $5. So here's a $5 bill. And when I'm done with this today, I will have 10. I think coloring in too also just kind of lets you see. There's something about physically tracking, setting goals, and actually coloring things in and watching it happen. But when I have $5 times all of these, I'll end up having 120. So no one's expecting you to do all of them. You could just grab one and say, I'm only going to do a $5 challenge. Some people roll over their money into a $5 challenge. When you have leftover in your cash wallet, this would be a great place to put it. And when you're finished, you would end up having $120 to put towards something. So, I mean, there's lots of creative ways that you can use these. And then the last one is kind of interesting because I have the 100 envelope challenge that I'm doing, and it's very intimidating because it's a lot of money, and you know, who has $99 left over someplace? So I created one that was 24 envelopes. That's the highest amount you would have to put in. And when you're finished, you would end up having $300. Like, this isn't a bad thing to do. I've seen people who've done 26 envelope challenges and 50 and 100. I just like this envelope icon, and I could only fit 24. So I could put all 15 into this envelope, or I could have done a 2, a 5, a 4, and a 6 if you wanted to see some momentum. But for today, I'm going to go with a higher amount because I've realized that sometimes it might be higher or harder to have a higher amount, and it's going to be easier for me to have like $2 extra in my wallet or $4 extra in my wallet. And I think I'll save these lower amounts for another day. But I have 15, so that's what I'm going to put in. So let's color it pink. So here's my 15. Oh, it's another highlighter. Okay, so here's my $15, and when I add it to the one that I added last week, I have 16. It's $16 more than I had before, and I know if it's in my envelope, I am not going to spend it. So that's really the end of my mini savings challenges for What's Up Wednesday or What's New on Wednesday. If you're interested, please check it out on my Etsy shop. Subscribe, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends. Let me know how this is going. I had a really cool message on my Etsy shop for somebody who was actually, I think she bought one of these packages, and she was getting the envelopes, and she was actually going to stuff a $5 or $10 increment in there and give it to someone as a Christmas present. And I thought, oh my gosh, that's a great idea, right? Like, you could get people started on a savings challenge by giving them their first amount of money and then helping them propel into trying to save. And so for those of you that did comment on my Etsy shop, thank you so much, because it just helps affirm what I'm doing. It's the teacher in me that wants to kind of spread the word and help others on this journey. And I'm just so excited to do it. So I hope you enjoyed it. And I'll be doing my regular sinking funds and cash envelope, my wallet envelopes, on Saturday for Cash Stuffing Saturday. So I hope to see you then. Until then, you guys have a great rest of your week. Bye.